This episode of the Blue Corner is brought to you by Slifer, the executive producer. The only Egyptian god card too awesome to be not made a legal card yet. Greetings YugiTube and welcome again to the Blue Corner and to a special episode. I say that because in this one I'm not doing a deck profile per se, but I'm going to be outlining a couple projects that I have over the horizon. One of which, of course, is my ongoing series of videos on Disaster Dragon. It's my first and foremost deck. This is a channel that specializes in dragons, so yeah. I've got at least 3 videos based on this deck plan for the next while, one of which will be an update to Standard, one of which will be my Pandemic Disaster Dragon deck. I've been putting off showing you guys this for at least, hang on a sec, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, so it's about 9 months overdue. Yeah, and then just some general things that I feel need to be said. Recently went to locals, bought another box of Extreme Victory, got some epic pulls, got some epic trades done. One of those pulls helped this deck out immensely, so I'm showing you guys my scrap deck pretty soon. In fact, it's probably going to be my next video. Malefics, I've been wanting to do Malefic Drain for an extremely long amount of time, and now I got my hands on my 3rd Fuselage Dragon, the Dual Mode Beast, I can finally take a crack at this. They're very fun. I was playing with them on World Championship 2011 for a bit, and it's just really fun. You summon big beaters, they try and do something about it, you make them pay. Of course, we've got my Herp Derp Debris deck that I'm going to be updating. There's a couple ways I can go with this. I can go full out Doppel Junk Debris, or I can do Birdman. I found it's really hard to combine both and not do things like that. It's really hard to do Debris, Junk, Doppel, Caius, Birdman, all that stuff at the same time, so I'm going to have to focus on one aspect. I'm also leaning towards doing this entire video speaking in Herp and Derp. Just Herp Derp, Derp Derp Derp, Herp Derp 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 Derp, Herp Derp, because there's really no need to go over everything, and it would be amusing as hell. If you want to see that, by all means, let me know in the comments down below. I also am going to start working on Relinquished again. I've been going on and off with this guy. I do like how a Relinquished deck works, and I like the idea of Lava Golem in here. It was an idea that I picked up from someone. You tribute off your opponent's big problem monsters for Lava Golem, and then you summon Relinquished and swipe him, and you get yourself a 3,000 attack Relinquished. It's nice. And because I'm going to be working with Relinquished, chances are at some point I'll also revisit Divine Grace Northwemco, because the two decks run off very similar, and they're both very control-oriented. Relinquished annoys Northwemco, just stonewalls. I did actually do a couple duels with her online on Dueling Network, and fun times were had. If it can go off. If it can't, then I'm pretty much toast. And Thunder King Ryle completely murders this deck. But if I can get her set up before that happens, then it mostly leads to GG. I dropped her against Heroes, Dragoonies, and GBs. 2 Dragoonies. Heroes and GBs. And one Dragooni deck managed to get out of this by popping my field spell and then doing Herp Derp Backless and Legionnaire plays, but the other one could not. The GB was screwed because he could not tag out, and I was certainly as hell not going to be attacking with Northwemco. And the hero deck couldn't do anything at all because he couldn't Gemini Spark her, he couldn't Miracle Fusion out of it. Yeah. So that was fun stuff. Again, more rituals. Blackluster Soldier. I've been wanting to do an updated deck on this guy for years. He was part of my main deck of choice when I was much younger. I ran just a Gaia powered beatdown, and Blackluster Soldier was just in there for kicks because Starter Deck Yu-Gi Evolution was released just at that time, and I really wanted to play around this card because he was really badass in the 2nd series anime. Like when Yugi summoned him against Mai, that was extremely epic. So yeah, I was like, I want a Blackluster Soldier, and I've just kind of had a bit of fun this one too. I've been collecting these, and I don't know if actually I wouldn't mind Envoy coming back just for the hell of it, just because oh hey, I can play with Blackluster, that's nice. Anyway, and then here I've got Herald of Perfection because I've been playing with Agents of Perfection again. I just need to tweak the deck a little more because the deck on Shrek that I got the idea from, his meta is far more different than ours because we have to deal with Gravekeepers almost all the freaking time and Tengu and such forth. So there's probably a couple cards I might change out. Agent of Jupiter, yeah, the Agent of Jupiter in particular, I don't think I'm going to keep, just because, yeah, removing cards from the graveyard. I pretty much just stick with doing that with Hyperion and only him. But anyway, yeah. And so I'll show you guys like my Dueling Network profile of this. I'll also show you guys my updated Gem Knight deck on Dueling Network because they've got access to Obsidian, and Obsidian leads to crazy shit. Good example is you can just you can fuse Obsidian with Garnet on your field to make Ruby. Obsidian's effect activates. You special summon Garnet again. You sack him off with Ruby to pump him up to 4,400, and just punch people's faces in. I did this against Lightsworns, and he rage quit on me because I definitely had more attack power than he had life, so he was probably trying to gores me or something. It was rather fun. In the Gishki deck, my post-Generation Force Gishki deck is working pretty nicely too. It's a pity that we won't get all the ritual monsters for that deck until late next year if we're lucky, but at least we're getting Vision Gishki in this set. And that's another thing I'm probably going to talk about in an upcoming video, is just stuff from the upcoming set. Like, I'm pretty sure my next Taking a Look is going to be on a monster or a spell or trap card from Generation Force. Heck, the next two ones will bother me. I know I'm going to cover Steel Swarm Roach at some point, because he's just that good. That being said, I'm going to cut out now, and yeah, hopefully the next video you see will probably be my scrap deck. So thank you guys for watching, and until the next time, take care.